What's up,
Hey,
guys?
yo.
Happy Friday and welcome back to Operation Hustle.
OH.
Right, OH.
Yo,
So,
welcome us back. We were gone on staycation.
yeah, that's right. We're going to
That's
staycation.
today's episode.
So today we're going to talk about staycation, but of course we're going to start off with a quote like we always do. While my headphones falling out. So today I want to talk about happiness. Learn to enjoy every minute of your life. Be happy now, and don't wait for something outside of yourself to make you happy in the future. Every minute should be enjoyed and savored. And I think this quote it coincides with our staycation, because this time Justin and I, instead of doing, shopping, the theme parks, we decided to really take a different crack at it and really do a lot more nature. That happened to be a lot of free stuff
My
or
kind
just
of
cheaper
style.
stuff, but a lot of nature and a lot of just relaxing and enjoying ourselves and just being happy in the moment.
Yeah.
So,
So we have some tips on maybe what you can do in your neck of the woods over in maybe like a different state. We're going to hit on like our area mostly, but we can give you some ideas to do like state parks, bike rides. Summertime's coming up for you northerners. You can go find random beaches. Like I said, state parks are really cool. There's a lot here in Florida. There's over 100 here.
I think tip number
There's a
one should
decent
be
amount.
you should always, when you're trying to really just have fun, enjoy yourself, maybe you're looking to do something different than your normal routine. Maybe your normal routine is that you're gonna go hit the mall, hit the Cheesecake Factory, and that's a date night or that's enjoyable weekend. But why don't you? Here's tip number one: pretend like you are a tourist of your own state.
Yeah.
So, and
So
that's kind of what we did because my sister came in town, and of course, I wanted to show her things about Florida that she had never seen before. And I had yet to take her to the springs. So, for many of you that don't know, Florida is filled with natural springs, and these are the most beautiful springs you've ever seen. The water is crystal clear. The temperature stays the same, although it is a little chilly.
we got videos on
It is beautiful, and the water just reflects. And so pictures always come out beautiful. And definitely there's a lot of different springs to check out. So you got
Manatee's going there too.
Right, manatees are in there, so you might even see yourself a manatee. But you got different springs. You got some springs that you can just float down. You got some springs that you can kayak down. You have another spring that has a platform that you could jump off of, which I didn't get to take Allie to yet. But Allie, I will take you there. I promise.
Some of them are kind of far from where we are.
Yeah.
Most of them are. There's a few around town that are okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got your typical one that you could probably take the kids to often, Lithia Springs.
Yep, Lithia's down the street.
Yeah, that's a little bit more crowded.
That's probably the closest one.
Yeah, probably the closest one, a little bit more crowded.
At least the Brandon area.
But if you really are looking for something, an adventure that's like probably not as crowded, a little more private, and where you can take a lot of video and a lot of pictures, I would say to go hit the springs that are a little bit further away. But definitely another.
No, they all get crowded.
Oh yeah.
Usually. There's some hidden gems.
Hidden gems.
I don't want to release the information.
I don't want to release it either.
Because I don't want you motherfuckers going up in my spots.
That's right.
But I'll give you some. We went to the Itchitucky River.
Itchitucky, yes. Super cheap.
That's a 2-hour float. $7. It has
$7 to rent a tube.
A tram to pick you up. So it's a one-way float. You get in. It's a spring-fed river, so it's crystal clear. Unless it rains like a couple days before, it might get browned out. So just beware of like when you're going, people. Yeah. If you go there, it's browned out. It still will be fun, but it's gonna be brown. You're not gonna be able to see the cool things in the water.
Yeah. And another thing about Ishnatuckney that I didn't realize until this last time that I went. So a couple of things just about the tubes. There are different tubes, so different styles of tubes. You could do a mesh bottom tube. You could do a double tube where you're connected. If you're going with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, kids, like to be together.
Definitely a good spot for the kids.
Yep. So I know they had the double. I can't remember if they had one with a headrest. I'm pretty sure they had a tube with a headrest. So different tubes to pick from.
You can bring
so you
your
don't
own
have to worry
kayaks.
About, you can bring your own kayaks, your own paddle boards. But so this time my sister and I wanted to use the indoor bathroom. And so we waited for somebody to let us in. Cool little thing about the Ishnatuckney Springs, if you didn't know this, is that where they have the indoor bathroom, they have this tiny little museum. And apparently they found a dugout canoe that was over 8,000 years old.
Boom.
In the springs.
Cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. And they've preserved it and they've put it in a glass case, and a little bit of just historic info in that little tiny museum, I guess I'm going to call it. But there are specific hours that they're there. So if you're after hours, you might not be able to see it, but It was just by luck that we happened to see somebody to let us in and go see that. But that was really cool. I love
Yeah.
to see historical stuff. I'm a huge history buff in that manner. So if you are and you want to see an 8,000-year-old dugout canoe, definitely
Yeah.
check it out.
You're not gonna be lazy and float down a river and not have any worries.
Right. So you can just
do
like
it.
bring your,
It's great.
your Bluetooth speaker. You
Yeah.
can just bring, yourself a nice water bottle, put on some tanning oil, just lay
Yeah.
out.
No alcohol.
Yep, no alcohol, so
Thank
it's definitely a sober activity. So if you're somebody who's sober and you're looking for some sober fun, live that sober life
Yeah. Go
and go
explore.
check out Ishinatokni River.
Definitely go explore.
Yep.
That was like 2.5 hours from here, so it was a drive. It was worth it in my eyes. From our area, 2.5 hours, decent ride. You think people fly to go to Disney World, which is, in my opinion, a piece of garbage.
Well,
You
it's
fly
just
all the way across the country to go see Mickey Mouse.
well, you fly
So,
all across fly all
a couple
across
hours
the
in a
country.
car to go see like a beautiful
It's not even
island
that. It's
almost.
like, you fly across the country to Disney to go spend a bunch of your
Money.
time with your kids in line and but you can go spend a bunch of money. Then your kids always want, of course, the Mickey Mouse shaped donut, and then they
Yeah.
want the Mickey Mouse hat. And so you end up spending so much money, but this isn't really quality time with your kids because for one, they might not remember it depending on how old you bring them. And for two, they get irritable, they get tired. And of course, the parents want to get the most money out of it. So they're dragging the kids around all day long. Sometimes you look over in the strollers and the poor kids are sweating to death and they look miserable. So definitely, maybe consider taking a different type of vacation the next time you go with your kids about, checking out more nature. So let's move on to tip number 2. So Justin kind of already gave it away is to check out the state parks.
Yeah,
wherever
national
you're
state
at.
parks.
National state parks, if you have them.
Most
if you
states
don't,
have at least a few.
Yeah.
Most.
And
I don't know if there is any without.
Download All Trails, which is an app, and you should be able to check out the trails that you can go hike near that may be scenic near you. So All Trails, cool app. Check that out. It'll show you the closest trails to you to go hiking. And just
hiking
enjoy
trails, bike
some
rentals
nature.
are a really good thing to do, like on your spare time. Usually, like a rental place will be near a trail. They usually are.
Right. So
Alfaya State Park.
Right. I was just gonna say, so
Dude,
Alfaya State
real
Park
sick.
is a hidden gem of Florida. So not a lot of people know
Yep.
this, but you can go over there, and I'm pretty sure you can go ride horses over there. I saw people riding
Yep.
horses. But you can definitely rent bikes. So they have really nice professional mountain bikes there that they will size you to the right size
These
for
are like
you.
$3,000 bikes.
Yep.
$60, I think it was for 2
I don't remember.
hours.
Yeah.
It was either an hour or 2 hours, but for $60, well worth it. Really nice bikes. The trails are dope. There's anywhere from intermediate to advanced. They have some big jumps in the woods. And yes, there's mountain biking in Florida.
So there's different trails that are, go from easy to advanced, to intermediate and stuff.
Alejandro bust his ass last time we went. And we were hitting that one cliff was pretty big. So you fly down this cliff and hit this jump.
So Phil took us. This was Phil's adventure, secret adventure that he took us on
Phil.
at one point in time.
You'll never meet him.
And so Ollie decided to take that jump with him. I did not. I know my limits.
Yeah, I took the jump and then he brought Ollie back to go take it. And there was just the way to get there. He fucking ate it over the handlebars. Hard.
Right. So I wanted to go over another cool thing that you could do cheap besides state parks. But actually, you know what? I guess Honeymoon Island goes in that category.
Yeah,
So
Honeymoon Island. It is a state park.
Yep. So we just checked out, and Justin and I have been to Honeymoon Island before. But we had never checked out this trail. But I do want to read this comment quick from Alejandro before I go on to that point. Alejandro just commented and said he's not with us today, but he has said Disney tries to manufacture your environment to lull you into a fantasy of happiness. When you are amongst nature, you cultivate happiness within. And yes, I still have scars.
Yeah, baby.
That's perfectly said. Honestly, I couldn't say it any better. Alejandro said it perfectly. Is that it's happiness that they're trying to generate, not happiness that's inside of you, because we live on a beautiful planet. We're very blessed and we're very privileged to be able to be a part of this planet and to be able to just be within its beauty. And so you really can't enjoy that beauty when you're standing in lines and you're just consuming a bunch of food and that's your entire vacation, right? So when we're really just taking the time to just disconnect, and what I mean by disconnect is not just disconnect from your phone, but disconnect from your environment, exactly how Alejandro just stated it. You're able to really just appreciate the beauty around you. And it gives you that natural high, almost that same natural adrenaline high that you would get when you run, like the runner's high. you just feel so happy, and it's almost like a natural antidepressant, right? That's how I feel at
Yeah, there's
least.
nothing like being in nature, exploring a new place you've never been. There's some like excitement behind it. You've never seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new thing to you. So it's like,
Become an explorer, Dora the
yeah.
Explorer.
We bought binoculars. So this is another tip.
Wait, I
If
wanna
you've
talk about
never
Honeymoon Island
had,
quick. So,
but
Honeymoon
this has
Island.
to do with Honeymoon Island.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I guess it does. Go ahead.
So if you've never had a pair of binoculars, my grandfather we used to use them every once in a while. But like we went to the zoo with the binoculars,
Insane.
and I spent more time looking at the
Okay,
animals than I ever
but
had.
now you're skipping over the fact that we use binoculars
But
on
we use
Honeymoon
them on
Island.
Honeymoon Island as well.
Okay, so on Honeymoon Island, they have a trail that brings you out, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty long trail.
The video's on the
so
YouTube
if you don't
channel.
like walking, you might not want to do this. But if you like walking, you like nature, you like fresh air, you might want to check out this trail because it does lead to a really beautiful lookout point and
Yeah.
a private little beach at the end of it. Definitely worth
Yeah.
going to.
It's a good day trip. It's more, I would say, less packed than like the normal
What
tourist
time did we
traps.
go there? Because like what we ended up doing was we went through the trail and then we ended the day with a beautiful sunset
That
on
was
Honeymoon Island Beach.
Friday night.
Yeah, so that was like probably what, about 3:30, 4ish that we started the hike, and then we just got to the beach at the perfect time.
Yeah, because it's
For
like
the
a
sunset.
mile and like 1.3 miles each way, so it's like 2.67 or yeah, 2.6 miles or whatever. Both ways.
Right.
So it takes a decent amount of time to go all the way there, all the way back. So we did the trail, we came back, we seen the sunset. The beach is really freaking nice. I think there's two beaches.
I can't tell you how many times Justin and I have told you guys, not only on this podcast, but in person to clients over and over and over. For those of you that are on a budget or wanting to create a budget,
This was $8 for the car.
right? Or you're saving up for a trip and you still want to go on dates, right? Or maybe you're on a weight loss journey and you don't want to go on dates that include food. Check out these places. I'm serious. Nature is a beautiful date if you allow it to be.
You could bring your own picnic to this beach. Like literally just bring your own meal prep.
Exactly. Bring your own meal prep.
On the beach.
Bring that picnic and you can eat it together with your partner, with a friend, with your, child at that lookout point when you get to the end of the hike. Or you can just go back to the car when you end that trail, go grab your picnic basket, bring it on Honeymoon Island Beach and watch the sunset and munch on some dinner together.
Just cool to go see. There's like huge birds nests. We have the video on YouTube.
Right. So there was a bunch of birds nests, right? So there were huge. I mean, insane. It was like watching something out of like National Geographic / big huge birds nest in Sesame Street. So it was really cool with the binoculars. And yes, now I am that older lady with the binoculars around me.
Yeah. So Honeymoon Island. Then we went to Fort DeSoto, which no one's ever told me about, and I wish they would have because it was really freaking cool. There's an old fort on there. I think it was from the 1800s. It's from a freaking long time ago.
But you literally saw this whole like database, like cement, like room.
So they got cannons. Dope. So there's bike paths. There's 2 beaches. It's very dead for what it is. Like I would assume like this place would be bumping, but
it is Florida's hidden gem. Number 2.
That is definitely a hidden gem. Cool bike paths. Cool way to go like over the fort and go kind of look over the water and shit. It's definitely it's worth going to. That was like, I think $2.
I'm super fidgety today. It was only $2. But really cool thing about Fort DeSoto.
There's a video coming up on that one too. I've been putting them together. But if you guys want to check out before you go, like go check out these videos. It gives a really like in detail, like what is there, what you're getting into.
So the cool thing is if you don't have your own bikes, it wasn't open when we were there, but I didn't check the timing on that. But so you can rent bikes there. Another place where you can rent bikes and just be one with nature or one with your partner or one with a friend.
The e-boards DeSoto had paved paths. So like I was riding the e-board. I rode it for like 15, 20 minutes. There was
another cool
really long path there. Really
dope. Fort DeSoto is beautiful shells and sand dollar pieces because there aren't a lot of people going there. So I was able to get almost like, I think I got like I'll have to ask my sister. It looked like probably about half of almost a sand dollar, where you can literally see the sand dollar outline. But I got a bunch of different little pieces, and I put it on my little beach cabinet at home next to Justin and I's wedding picture. But I always like to collect little pieces of driftwood. We started that when we collected a little piece of driftwood from Smathers Beach where we got married, and then we just continued collecting from there. So I got a little piece of driftwood from Fort DeSoto as well.
Fort DeSoto, Honeymoon. Yep. Yeah, DeSoto was really cool. I'm definitely going back there. I'd go back to Honeymoon Island. DeSoto also had there was 2 beaches. The
Yeah.
one
The
beach
North
was
Beach, right?
really nice. Like it looks like a beachy beach, like you can go and hang out at. The other beach was kind of like, I guess, the Courtney Campbell kind of look, uh
Yeah.
throughway or whatever you call it, the highway bridge. Kind of like a smaller little beach, still really cool. You're still right on the
There
water.
was a cool little sandbar, and I saw a couple in
Yeah.
there just, like, honestly, it looked like they were almost dancing. It was so cute. But,
Yeah.
like, I mean, again, if you're looking to spend quality time with your partner, reconnect that spark. I know that, a bunch of us have gotten on each other's nerves during COVID and all those lockdowns. So
Yeah,
go
get out of the house,
reconnect.
guys, and do it
Yes.
now. Like before, in Florida, do it before summer because it's too freaking hot to go to anything without water. And then up north, like take advantage of the shit now, like while the weather is cracking better. Go outdoors, go explore, do things like you can even take a drive. Like I would actually like to drive to like Georgia. We're not far from
Yeah. I was actually was
other
gonna bring that up to
states.
you.
So like same thing, if you're in another state, like find a bordering state that maybe has a cool place that you want to go and do a little vacation.
Yeah,
Only has to be
and
a couple
so
days.
Justin had said we went to the zoo. So we've been to the zoo a few times. The zoo is the very first
Lowry
place that we
Park.
did our first date. So we like to go
Boom.
back there and visit together. Brings nostalgia. But oh my gosh, if you don't have binoculars, they're not super expensive. I think we spent like $160. We
Well,
decided to get a pair.
we did buy pretty more expensive ones than
Well,
most people would probably buy.
we
They're like
have,
you can
but
get some for
we get
50,
some pretty
but
insane birds in our backyard. So that's why we got them.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've already used them like 10 times. I
Yeah.
plan on keeping using them.
So, anyways, we brought him to the zoo, and my sister and her boyfriend came with us. I mean, the experience was so enhanced; it was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at so they have this exhibit where the monkeys are at these different types of monkeys, but the orangutans they were like they have okay, so an open area where you can see them, but then they have a spot where the monkeys can go back and hide away from where people can view them at. But if you really look, you can kind of see, that it goes back. But when you use the binoculars, you can see them like trying to push each other out of the way. It's hilarious. They're like putting on their t-shirt over their
Yeah,
head.
it's pretty
They're
cool.
just really smart creatures. So, yeah, the binoculars definitely enhanced the experience. It made me really appreciate just the fact that we share this planet with some really intelligent, beautiful creatures. And that's what I mean about really taking in the nature and really just appreciating the fact that we're not the only ones that live here.
Yeah.
And if anything, it really opened my eyes to the fact that we really need to preserve this planet. And we really need to do everything we can in our own control to do that. But the binoculars, awesome.
Yeah, definitely a great investment.
Maybe don't waste your money on that next outfit that you don't necessarily need, or that stupid dinner that you need to go. You
Buy
don't need
those
to go out for.
overpriced looking glasses to look at nature and
Do you
waste your
really need to
time.
go to Burns for a $200 dinner, or do you need to go get yourself and your husband some binoculars and go to the zoo and have an insane experience?
Yeah, it definitely enhanced it. I would say at least 3 to 5 minutes more at all the exhibits just due to like looking through the binoculars.
Oh yeah,
As dumb
insane.
as that sounds.
We were probably the only ones with them, but that's okay.
I definitely felt like a Shuby.
Yeah, I did too. Shuby. Have you ever watched Rocket Power? Anyways,
it was definitely cool. Yeah,
Hey,
Shuby. Yeah,
Shuby.
Rocket Power, dog.
So, the little baby orangutan. Okay, I would have never been able to see the small little hair fibers on top of his head if I wasn't using binoculars. And let me tell you this: a baby orangutan looks exactly like the baby Grinch off the Grinch.
That one specifically definitely did.
I was waiting for him to be like Santa.
Yeah, he was
and bite off a ceramic
little
Santa's
creepy.
head.
What else did we do? So so when Lowry Proud costs a little bit of money. Bach Tower.
Oh my gosh! So hidden gem number 3.
Also
so we got
was
the springs.
fairly cheap.
We got. Did we
That
say
was
Fort
$8.
DeSoto was hidden gem
We
number
did.
2?
We did the
And Hidden
Ishateki
Gem-
Springs. We did
Yep.
Fort DeSoto. We did Honeymoon Island. We did the Bach Tower, which we're about to talk about.
Yeah, so 4.
And then we did those little boats too. We'll just throw that in quick because we don't have that much time
Right.
left.
So I want to talk about Bach Tower for a little bit longer. Bach Tower, really cool. Alejandro actually just checked this place out today on his own. He said it was as dope as we said it was.
45 minutes away.
We have lived here for almost 7 years, and neither one of us have checked this place out, either together or individually.
Yeah, I didn't
and
even
it
know what it was.
insane. Only $15 to get in. You also can get a membership. And the membership will give you access to a bunch of other different places, including different botanical gardens and museums throughout Florida.
Yeah, this place was beautiful.
Beautiful. So it has a huge tower they call the Singing Tower. And on the very, very top of it, which we took a lot of video of it so that you can see it, The metal artwork is actually two monkeys looking to climb up a tree, and they're looking up at the tree. So the artwork is beautiful. So if you're looking one way, you see the
The
tower.
video's on YouTube.
Yep.
Abs Fitness Film.
Check out the video. And then if you look the opposite way, you're looking like
on Facebook too.
pastures on pastures and just benches that are just overlooking this land, and it's just beyond beautiful. You can have picnics here. You can bring just some nice snacks here.
The tower's freaking huge, dude.
The tower's huge. There's also a mansion there that I forget who he was that actually built it. I did take pictures of it.
There's a bunch of they have it
gardens.
really, really well kept. Everything's really nice. It was an experience for sure. We spent at least an hour and a half, 2 hours there.
Yeah, and honestly, we could have spent longer. So definitely a really cool place if you do have children, because they have their own little children's garden. And in the children's garden, they did have little fairy houses, wooden fairy houses. They had this huge, oversized, giant bird's nest with some fake eggs in there that you can have like a little wooden walkway. You could walk into.
Bunch of interactive stuff for the kids.
Yes, interactive stuff.
Take some pictures, little videos of them. And stuff.
Yep. Yeah. They had just like this weird bunch of logs over each other that you could walk on and play on. They had a sand pit. They had a little fairy tunnel with some cool paintings and murals inside of it. Yeah. We didn't get
the
to check
squirrels
out
are extremely hungry for your food.
Oh my god,
they
the
come
squirrel
right
looked like
up
it was
on
gonna
you,
attack me.
Yeah.
I kept looking at Justin because I'm trying to eat my orange. He did. It was crazy. They were literally not giving up. It just kept coming back. They were very determined for that.
Dude,
food.
They were you'll see. I have a real close up. I'm from here to her drink away from the chicken swirl. He's just staring at me. I'm get out of here.
I was he literally might eat my face off. So, anyways, the gardens are beautiful.
That place was cool.
The flowers were just
insane.
I mean, the colors. Again, it is a sensory overload when you just are looking around it, and there's so much beauty to just take in and enjoy and appreciate. But it's really not that expensive.
That was real peaceful. Everyone really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
At least when we went, it wasn't crowded. So.
No, it wasn't. So you're looking at just a $30 day for just a beautiful experience. That again, you don't need to go out all the time.
$4.19
really
a gallon. That's a little more than
really think and strategize, and go with me on this. Really think and strategize out the day, which was what we did. We really took the time to plan out what we were going to do. I made sure I was okay, so if we're going to be there for a couple hours, it's going to be into the afternoon, really close to dinner. I don't want us to get starving and then have to stop somewhere and eat crappy food. We tried our best to eat really healthy on our staycation and really video that for the most part. And we did. But so I made sure, and again, do this. I can't tell you how many times clients will be oh, I was out and about, so I end up driving through this place, and it's okay, but
snacks,
when you're about to leave the house that you're going out and about, right? So you can leave a backpack or leave in your purse, Atkins bars. You can leave granola and baggies. You'll always have with you rice cakes and baggies, so there's never an excuse, because those stuff, don't need to be refrigerated. Yeah. I had a couple packs of little 100-calorie chocolate-covered almonds with me. You could keep those in your purse at any point in time.
Well, that's the nice thing about those state parks is it's not. I think Disney and shit, you can bring snacks, but there's so much temptation. There's no temptation at these parks.
Right.
It's all just oh man, I'm kind of sweaty, and there's no delicious ice cream to cool me off, so I have to drink my water.
Absolutely. So he made a perfect point. That is true. It's where you're going definitely determines the amount of temptation. And if you're at a place like Disney, of course, but we're talking about the temptation is really slim when you're at a place, like he said, where there's nothing really tempting you to go up and go buy it. But the temptation is still there. If you didn't pack anything, you didn't strategize on the way home to go stop at McDonald's or hit up Chick-fil-A, which we didn't do, So again, pack those snacks.
Chick-fil-A.
And we had almonds.
Delicious.
I had packed us little orange slices in the mason jars. Why I put them in the mason jars? Because I recently figured out you can keep fruit fresh longer in mason jars. Yeah.
They're definitely fresher in the jars. I can attest.
And with how
fruit goes
much
bad pretty quick.
Inflation is going up and fruit is getting so expensive, food in general, but fruit, as well. We all know it's going bad in a couple of days. So little tip for you guys, especially if you're packing fruit for yourself, kids.
Fruit.
Mason jar, fruit. You can do that with herbs.
Do a big jar too, just keep it in the fridge. It keeps it better than the little shitty plastic containers they give you.
Yeah, I really started doing that for everything.
Two other things. We went on those little boats in Tampa, so you get on by
the Riverwalk. That's where it was.
Yeah, it is on the Riverwalk. You park somewhere in one of these weird parking garages. Anyway, that was $60. You go out for an hour. You drive your own little boat. You go see Tom Brady's house. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
If you're on vacation here, or if you've never done it here, you've never really been on the water, on the boat in the bay, it's worth doing once. I probably wouldn't do it again. Abby went to get her tattoo, and I went exploring by myself. She's probably not happy about this, but
I'm a little jelly.
I did go and find another cool park. It's called E.G. Simmons Park. It's in Ruskin. There's a boat ramp there. There's some bike trails. There's a couple picnic areas. It's right on the water, kind of like Fort DeSoto. It's like a baby DeSoto, is what I would call it.
Baby DeSoto.
So I brought my my e-bike there, and I cruised around like a little nerd and did some photos and videos.
A couple other parks that we didn't go to on this staycation.
But Apollo Beach too, as well, is really
Apollo
nice.
Beach, they have a really cool watchtower that you can actually go up to the top and really look at a greater view of the ocean, and then just sunset if you get there at the right time.
Tico smokestack.
And the big Tico smokestack. And might actually really help you to understand that we need to preserve this planet by looking at that. Anyway, so another couple.
Say it's steam.
Right. Another couple cool parks that we've been to but didn't go to necessarily during this staycation. Eureka Springs Park. Really beautiful. Ali, I think, has told us about that. Medard Park.
Yep.
Really cool twisted trees that kids can climb on there. And you can actually drive all the way around. I think there's like a bunch of different places between like a private little lake.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Right.
Lettuce Lake Park.
Lettuce Lake Park.
There's a video on the Abs Fitness Film House. We did a community event there. It was really fun. They have a lot of flat pass, like paved pass. We went longboarding as well at the end. A lot of like cool little watchtowers right on the water, wildlife, really cool. That one's not far from Brandon, or it's right in Tampa, I'm pretty sure.
So a couple cool things, and this is what I'm going to finish up with because I do want to talk about this water quick before we hop off. But a couple cool things that we did look into that we weren't able to do necessarily. We ran out of time. / one of them we really couldn't do because it wasn't the season for it. But hidden gem number 5, people, would be bioluminescence kayaking.
Yeah,
so if you don't know what bioluminescence kayaking is, there is some I think it's plankton, so don't hate on me if I'm wrong about this.
There's some shit in the water.
There's something in the water that creates this bioluminescence. It's like glowing. The water is pretty much a glow park.
They explain it as Avatar.
And it looks like it's like glowing every time you splash your kayak paddle. But they did explain it like it's very much like Avatar.
Yeah.
And so it only is during a certain season, so we won't be able to do it till June. But the video for that is coming soon because you can bet your bottom will be there.
Yeah, we're definitely.
That's
gonna be sick.
Another thing that we didn't get to was just kayaking in the winter park. What did they call it? The mangroves.
Oh yeah, the mangroves. There's a lot of cool kayak paddleboard spots that you can go to.
Another really cool place to go kayaking.
Wikiwachi. There's a ton.
Devil's Den.
Florida specifically has a shit ton. I mean, people fly.
So if we haven't excited you yet,
if you live here, do this shit.
Exactly. If you don't live here, you need to get on a plane and come now.
Yeah, and don't waste your money on Disney. Take the kids. They're gonna remember these other adventures so much more than Mickey Mouse. You can always do the Mickey Mouse.
Or you can kind of like save money and cut down the trip from like, instead of doing a park every day, you can choose like 2 parks and then choose a bunch of different other nature activities to kind of bring the cost down, budget friendly for a family vacation.
When we came down here on a family vacation, I'm from New York. We came down to go to Disney. By the time we were going to Disney, because we could only afford like one day for the family, too many children. Anyway, we get here. We're at the resort. We're freaking loving the resort. Just the pool, the hot tub, the waterfall from the pool to the hot tub. We didn't even want to go to Disney.
Yeah.
My grandma's like, we're going to Disney tomorrow. We're like, could we stay at the resort and play? And she was really upset, but we actually had more fun. And we all talked about this. We still will probably all agree. All you suckers. I know.
Because Disney manufactures your environment.
Yeah. And we had so much more fun literally just doing our own thing.
We got 1 minute
at the resort.
Justin, and I want to talk about this water quick. So,
Let's go.
I've been making a lot of short videos, and you will see more on the gram, on YouTube, on TikTok, as far as nutritional videos. And Justin's been killing it on the workout videos. So now I'm going to come out with more recipes, more how-tos. So this video is coming for you. This is a detox water. Why this detox water would benefit you. It will help you flatten your belly. So as you see, as I'm trying to stir it in here, is lemon slices, lime slices, mint leaves. And so the video is going to be coming up very, very soon, guys. But the reason why is lemon and limes are natural diuretics, so it will help you eliminate toxins, bloat, and fat cells. And mint leaves are known to help increase your metabolism and help you digest fat. So, boom, with all 3
Yeah.
ingredients
You can
in
take
your
that shit
ice
to the
water.
natural park too.
Right. Not only is it, just aesthetically pleasing, looks like I got it from Starbucks, but it is a summer refresher and it helps you with your weight loss journey. So check out that video
Boom.
on detox water, guys,
Yo,
and
we'll
we will
see
see you
you
next
next
Friday.
week.
Operation Hustle every Friday, 2 to 2:30. And you can check us out on our website at www.absfitnesstrainer.com, on Facebook at Abs Fitness LLC, where you can watch Operation Live with us, on YouTube, where you can also watch us, our
Abs
Operation
Fitness Film
Live,
House.
where you can also watch Operation Hustle Live, Abs Fitness Film House on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, and the notifications
follow,
button,
subscribe,
like, comment, and then
hit the bell.
Instagram, Abs Fitness _ Brandon Florida, and Tiki Taki is
Abs Fitness Tampa, Florida.
woo! Peace out, guys. Happy Friday. Do a staycation.
Woo!